Kush, first point on the board as Blues manager. What's your initial reaction to what you saw today?
Yeah, I think there was a hint of frustration with the result as such and some things, but overall really pleased that we managed to come back and at least get a point from the game. I thought there were a lot of good things there, to try and focus on in terms of we dominated the ball, we had good possession, we got the ball into good areas, but it was probably the final little bit of creativity that we were lacking in the final third. So that's something we can work on and improve, of course. But I thought that was the bit that was missing today.
Yeah, you mentioned that, the fact that we dominated the ball, nearly 3/4 of possession went our way today. How do you convert that dominance then into goals and chances?
I think when you get the ball into the right spaces in the final third, it's then about making the right runs and some box action, basically, making sure that there's people in the right areas to finish and the ball is being delivered there. So that's something that we do work on, but of course we need to keep going with. But again, it's a lot of players behind the ball. Sometimes you can feel a sense that you kind of turn down a cross and you play backwards a little bit. When for us, we just need to be just quicken up and accelerate the game a little bit to really put them under pressure.
Reading had their moments in the first half. They take the lead just before the break. What was your view of the goal from a defensive perspective?
Well, it's a really, really bad goal to concede. Possession sort of in a couple of duels that we lost in the middle, and then a simple slide pass in behind and a one-on-one with the keeper is as poor a goal as you can kind of concede, really. So that laid a real test ahead for us, how we're going to respond to that. Were we going to sink and shrink, or were we going to stand up? And thankfully I've seen a team that responded in the right way, stood up to the challenge, got back on the ball and kept attacking, and if anyone deserved to win the game, it was us, but we couldn't do it in the end.
And when you did move the ball quickly and put those neat passing moves together to play through Reading, they looked like a real side who had been drilled over pre-season. Did you see hallmarks of how you want the team to play?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sort of criticise the players for what they've delivered today. There was a lot of the things we've been working on in pre-season were there, and that's really encouraging. This gets us off and running. It wasn't the result that we wanted, but there were a lot of parts of the performance that I was really happy with. And it's a long season. It's one game out of 46 league games, so we learn from it and move on.
Made a change at the break to bring on Emil Hansen, who impressed in that second half. What was the thought process behind bringing him on?
I just thought he's can give us good energy down the left-hand side. With his he's got quality in the final third as well. He's quite clever and generally ends up getting a cross in. So. And I thought he did. I thought he justified that decision, and he came on and gave us a good energy and an outlet on the left, and won the penalty for us. So with his cross that was handballed. So good for him to taste the atmosphere and the stadium properly on a competitive game. So happy for him. An
enforced change for Willem Willemsen, who had to come off. Is there any early shout on how he is?
Don't know, I haven't actually checked on that, but he had a knock on his knee last week and it was obviously grumbling along, so he just felt like he couldn't carry on, so we'll check that out.
You mentioned the fact that the players kept knocking on the door, especially in those latter stages, and got the reward for the tenacity with the penalty from Alfie May. Is that a testament to what you're going to need this season? It's not going to go all our way, they're going to have to keep plugging away in games.
Exactly, that's football, and I said it all pre-season, it's not going to be easy, and we're going to need that resilience, and hopefully won't go down a goal many more times, but if we do, it's about a reaction, and the reaction was there, and we kind of ran out of time in the end. I think if it had gone on another 10 minutes, we'd have found that goal. So we learn from it, and we go again.
Very finally, no Jordan James in the matchday squad. Is there an update on his situation?
Yeah, I think there's talks ongoing with another club, and there's nothing definitive from me on that, but it looks like it's heading in that direction.
Thank you, Gaffer.
Cheers, thank you.